Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live stream. Today is Tuesday. It's not your usual Saturday live stream, but because we have a lot to talk about tonight, we have to cover a number of issues from the SMP scandal, Nicola Sturgeon's updates on that, but also the European Union. Hello, everyone in the live chat. I'm going to come to you guys very soon after giving you the report that we have. So, as you guys have heard, the European Union and the UK are having this massive battle on over this export ban and AstraZeneca because the European Union are just incompetent with their own contracts, so they're blaming everybody else in the world. What they're now trying to do is to maintain the unity that doesn't exist anymore. We have a number of countries across the European Union who are kicking off, and they're not happy with Brussels. What they're trying to do is they're trying to go their own way. Of course, Ursula von der Leyen and the rest of the Commission are trying to stop countries from being independent, especially when it comes to the vaccine program. But one country specifically is now kicking off, and that's Austria. Austria have come out to try to criticize the new program that the European Union have, because the EU now want to give some of the jabs, tiny bit of like jabs, doses to different countries. It's not going to be enough to cover the whole of the continent, or at least the EU 27 countries. I'm going to give you the update on that. But firstly, let's give a massive shout out to Stephen BRYSON for giving us a £25 super chat. Thank you so much, Stephen, for the support. Guys, feel free, if you're using the super chat function or the PayPal, which the link is in the description, feel free to put any comments or questions that you guys have, and it will definitely pop up. So I'll answer those questions as well. But let's go to Austria, because their Chancellor, Sebastian Kurz, has come out to criticize this new mechanism that the European Commission have to distribute the vaccines that they have. What they've decided to do, firstly, all these countries had to then order their doses from the European Commission. And Austria failed to order enough vaccines at the beginning of the year. The Commission are saying that, well, you have to get back of the queue. You know, same line that Barack Obama used on Brexit Britain, which didn't really work. So the European Commission will introduce a new mechanism that will see 10 million further vaccine doses to a handful of member states, not in all of them. So only 10 million. This is a big continent, and then they're only giving it to a few countries. One of the European Union officials come out to actually say that Sebastian Kurz is not going to be getting one additional jab. The priority is going to be countries like Estonia, Latvia, Bulgaria, and Croatia. I'm not really sure why they need to have these conversations in public when they're fighting each other, but I'm glad they're doing it because it shows some transparency for once. Because most of these battles, especially at the European Council, happen behind closed doors. The problem for Austria right now is that Germany is backing the European Commission. The same Germany that rebelled against the European Commission 10 minutes ago, they had their own problems with Ursula von der Leyen, just for the sake of keeping the fake mask on, no pun intended. They're now going against Austria. So we've had a number of countries already rebelling against the European Commission. We've had Hungary, Italy, and Spain. Now we're going to have others, including Austria, who are probably going to be joining the calls coming from the Netherlands and Scandinavia to call for reform of the European Commission and the whole structure. The unity is completely over. At the same time, this battle between the UK and the EU is escalating. The peaceful relationship between the UK and the European Union is truly over. And, well, at least for now, it cannot be repaired. The latest that we have is that bureaucrats in Brussels believe that the United Kingdom will not retaliate if the EU implements their export ban. Well, they're going to be in for a massive, massive surprise, because the UK government have already announced, and again, you're dealing with David Frost. The guy is not a joke. The guy is very serious about how he wants to handle post-Brexit Britain. So the government has said that they're now warning Brussels that the UK, would have no choice but to block the vaccine exports to Europe if Brussels trigger their own exports ban. This is getting silly. It's absolutely silly. You know, a big pharma, a company producing something, one so-called trading bloc claiming that it's a European thing. The European Union produced the vaccines. No, you didn't. So they're trying to ban it from others. They're not even using it. They're all unused. And the UK government is also obviously to retaliate. I'll say it's an absolutely nonsensical debate at this point. But this is all we are hearing every day in the mainstream media, and not talking about anything else but this. But I'm going to give you some updates on other areas. I'm going to go to you guys soon to get your thoughts, any questions on this issue before we move on to Nicola Sturgeon. Yeah, that's going to be fun. And then we're going to talk about Mark Drakeford in Wales as well. So get ready. Prepare your questions for that topic. First, let's see what you guys are saying on this issue. We have another super chat, £5 from Mr. Universal Political. Thank you so much for the support. But basically, we have a lot of anti-Ursula comments. So clearly, the Brexit Britain is united against the European Commission. MOONSWAN, SILVERLIGHT, one of our moderators, is reminding you that can we get to 500 likes? Get liking, people. Definitely, guys. We have over 2,000 people watching right now. Only 353 likes. Click on the thumbs up right now. It will help the video and the channel. And Denise Bloom says that I live in France and there are no vaccines. Well, the situation in the European Union is similar to the situation in Iran, where they've signed a bit of contract with Russia, Sputnik, and the Chinese one. They're not giving it to anybody. They're all unused. So there are some similarities between the dictatorship, the undemocratic regime in Iran, and the undemocratic regime in Brussels. And Anthony Heaton says, silly is what the European Union does best. Yeah, definitely. Jonathan Cox reminds us that he's already liked the video. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for clicking on the thumbs up button. Yeah, Christine reminds us that we've had 179 migrants coming into the country today, and it's getting worse by the day. Nigel Farage tweeted this earlier, that more migrants, illegal migrants, are still coming in. Again, I haven't seen anything on Sky News, for example, about it, or the BBC. There is this issue with the updates, the lack of updates we're getting from the Home Office on this problem. And it's becoming a crisis again, just like last summer. As the weather gets hotter and we enter the summer season again, we're going to have all these dingers coming in, and the border force are going to blame the French authorities. The French authorities are going to blame Priti Patel. Priti Patel is going to blame Netflix, probably. I don't know. They're just going to find different groups to blame. Someone has to take responsibility. I don't know who should at this point anymore, but somebody should, because the system is not working. We have a PayPal donation. I'm just going to go on my iPad to double check this. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting these live streams. The channel cannot continue without you and your backing. We have £10 from Claire Berry. Thank you so much, Claire. There are no comments or question. As I said, if you guys want to use the PayPal link or the super chat, feel free to. You can also enter any comments or questions. There's a comment box. Right, let's go. AM says, stop giving the European Union billions of pounds. They might get a grip and stop following the communist policies that we are all now seeing. Yeah, we need to stop this, actually. There is this problem with there are also a number of countries in the European Union, especially towards the east, where are still receiving money from the UK government. Why are we doing this? If they want to be prosperous, they need to become truly free traders, and we will freely trade with them. But that's not what they want, because even despite the fact that we've signed a so-called trade deal, they're now threatening an export ban. What's going on? Mans says, what happened to the migrants being blocked? They're not being blocked. I know they promised us. The government promised us that they're going to do that. Clearly, that hasn't started yet. They promised that they're going to turn around the boats. They promised to start a new program. They've signed a new agreement with France a few months ago. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We have another super chat from Stephen. Once again, thank you so much for your generous support. Let's go to the biggest issue, because we're talking about the migrants right now, illegal migrants, and there are a lot of comments on this issue. Yeah, Steve-O says 220 illegal migrants in Dover today, I believe. Tomorrow, I'm going to get more updates on this and trying to get some sources that exist around Dover to give us more information, because again, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. So it's best to use this channel to give you guys the latest updates and the truth behind what's happening in this country. What's going on here? Morton says, "Come on, we need that 1,000." Are we? Oh, we are getting close. 946 likes. We have 2,200 people watching. 952 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes, and I'm going to give you some good news. I'm going to keep the good news until you actually like it. And let's see what you guys are saying about migration. And a lot of it. Stephen Hammer says, Hamer, anyone notice this similarity? Migrants entering the US, migrants entering the UK. It's the UN agenda. It's particularly the problem for these two countries with one part of their border. When it comes to the US, it's the southern border. When it comes to the UK, it's the English Channel. And they're both are the weak points of these governments, and they're being completely utilized by our rivals, whether it's the French or the Mexican governments. There is absolutely no accountability. No one, who's going to be the referee? So when you have a trade deal, you either have the World Trade Organization or the European Court of Justice being the referee. When there is an actual international agreement between the UK government and French authorities, of course, you've got the international conventions and agreements already in place, but no one is the actual referee. We have to be able to review this agreement we have with the French authorities, because we've given them a lot of money. They're not doing their job. And the problem is you can't really provide evidence, because they say that, oh, we stopped 2 boats today, but oh, we just missed the 3rd one. And then the border forts in this country have to act as taxis. This is a big problem that we have. What do we have here? I think there's a comment that I missed because people are replying to it. Yeah, I think Mans said something. I'm going to find it. Moderators, if I miss something, feel free to copy and paste the comments and I'll definitely catch it up. It's quite difficult to scroll back up and down at this point. A lot of you in the comments. Okay, we have 1,242 likes, and NN says, okay, Maya, where are the good news? Okay, fine, I'll give you some good news. It's not that good. Well, it's okay. But the good news is later. Fine, I'll do it now. Mark Drakeford in Wales is losing his seat. There's another one coming as well, by the way. But the latest opinion poll that we have from Wales is that the upcoming election, his party is not going to do well. And the guy who banned books, the guy who banned children's toys because they're not essential items to buy in shops, is now going to be banned by Wales, the Welsh people. So we now have the latest opinion poll that the Labour Party has now gone down 2 points further. And the Tories are coming up 4 points. How bad the situation is that the Tories are going up massively. I have no idea what it is with the left-wing voters in Wales, that they're still somehow are supporting Plaid Cymru. You do realise this party is nonsensical. You would think that the SNP is bad, but Plaid Cymru is just on a whole different level. But the other piece of good news is about Nicola Sturgeon, which I'm going to get into in a second, because we've heard some bad news today about the SNP, but there's some good news coming in as well. I'm going to wait for you guys to get your questions ready on this issue. Anna says, yay, bye Mark, good riddance. Yeah, it's actually interesting that in this case, the Labour Party would be losing their majority and their whole control. But the most important part of this news is that Mark Drakeford himself is going to lose his seat. So regardless of the fact that the Labour Party could still remain in power somehow, as long as you don't have Mark Drakeford, it's slightly a better day for Wales. So let's just celebrate that fact. A lot of people might wonder, they always say, why are you so obsessed with talking about the SNP or the Welsh Labour Party? Because this channel is about the United Kingdom. And we're not just going to talk about England like the BBC. If you wanted to just talk about England, watch the BBC. That's the best way. But otherwise, there are parts of the country that actually matter. And it's not some sort of just nostalgia. Every single citizen in this country matters. And the silent majority will no longer be silent. Right. Chris says, how are the SNP doing? Give me a minute and I'll get to the SNP updates. We have a couple of PayPal donations. £5 from Ferguson. Thank you so much, Ferguson. No comments or questions from Ferguson. And a £20 donation on PayPal from Neil Butler, who says, give the EU enough rope to hang themselves, and they are doing just that. Firstly, Neil, thank you so much for that generous support. Secondly, the European Union don't even need our help at this point. It's fascinating how before Brexit, before this whole debate about the referendum in 2016, there was no scrutiny when it came to the European Union and their activities. Absolutely no scrutiny. No one talked about the EU in this country, at least the media. Right, and ordinary people, a lot of people who weren't really into politics, just didn't really know exactly what was happening. Because of Brexit, now we have all these scandals finally coming out, because all the things that you're saying in the European Union right now, all the scandals, all the crises, were always happening. It's nothing like new. All the corruption was always happening, but now we're finally seeing them. And let's see, we have Tim Witten from Seattle says we detest the SNP separatists, absolutely. And we also have Christine saying we all need to get to Dover when we can and show them that we are fed up with it. To be fair, at this point, we are relying on our elected politicians to do something about this, and they're clearly not doing anything. That's why it's been great to have people like Nigel Farage and other reporters going over there to tell us exactly what's happening in Dover. And Jay DEKONG gave us a £5 super chat saying, belated happy Persian New Year, Maya. Thank you so much. Obviously, for those of you who know my background, parents, heritage-wise, are Persian, and we had the Persian New Year 3 days ago. Yeah, and it was also the first day, officially the first day of spring, according to the Persian calendar. Okay, let's go to PayPal. We have another £10 donation from Ian Evans. Thank you so much, Ian, for your support and donation. Let's go. Oh, Deborah Pearson is again reminding people to hit the like button. We have a lot of not just the members of the channel, but just also subscribers doing my job tonight. Brilliant. Thanks, guys, for doing that. We are currently on 1,433 likes. Okay, let me quickly go on this. We have... Okay, there's some comments about Mark Drakeford. Family friendly, guys. Now, let's go to the SNP, because it's not looking good for Nicola Sturgeon. As we reported on this channel, last week, the committee confirmed that, they indicated, now today they have confirmed that Nicola Sturgeon misled the Scottish Parliament, although, as you remember, a couple of days ago, the so-called independent investigator, who was a former SNP member and advisor, confirmed that Nicola Sturgeon has not broken the ministerial code. But there are two different things at this point, because she may not have breached the code, but that doesn't mean she's survived completely. She survived that incident, but she has misled Parliament. The latest update we have from earlier today is that Nicola Sturgeon's motion of no confidence was tabled. The vote happened. Nicola Sturgeon won that vote. She survived the motion of no confidence, thanks to the Scottish Labour Party, who are not brave enough, all of them, to stand up to the establishment. But there's something good coming out of this. Let's quickly go to the super chat. Paul Kelly is back. Thank you so much for £5 super chat from Paul, saying that I smell a big cover-up with the snow. There's definitely a cover-up everywhere you look, from the CCP in China, the European Union, Scotland, Wales, Dover. Yeah, everywhere. Let's see. There's also Kev, who has given us a £5 donation on super chat. Thank you. It's a super sticker saying keep it up. Thank you so much for the support. Right, the latest, some good news from Scotland is that there is now going to be a push to have a judge-led inquiry. They're going to get the courts involved, because at this point, these inquiries that you've had so far were the sort of political inquiries that the establishment and politicians usually do to just get away with things. Most of the political inquiries that you've had historically are just there as a way to survive, just to show that you're doing something about the problem. But nothing is ever achieved. If you want to get something done, you need to have a judge-led inquiry. So we are now going to have this. There's going to be a massive push in the Scottish Parliament to start this, and this could be the beginning of the end for Nicola Sturgeon. Again, there's no speculation from this channel, because what we are doing is simply reporting this. I don't know about the future. That's why a few days ago we reported that the committee have said that she has misled Parliament. But of course, the former SNP advisor and member, who was this independent investigator, has confirmed that she hasn't broken the ministerial code. this is not the end. There is still more to come when it comes to this saga. I believe I missed something. There are a lot of comments, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling to keep up, guys. Some people are talking about the Persian New Year. Yeah, thank you so much. There's some sort of debate about history, brilliant, about the Persian culture. And Mark is going back to what the French authorities going to talk about the migration, says that cut the French fishing quotas in line with how many migrants they let through. That would be interesting. For every single migrant, you're going to lose 10,000 fish. That's probably a good policy. I endorse this policy. Paul Kelly is back. Another £5 super chat from Paul saying Alice Mail, a big cover up with the SNP. There's going to be more coming out, especially next week, on the Scottish politics and the scandal that we have. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and click on the bell next to it, because that's the best way. I need to put this on the screen so you guys could actually see how to do it. There we go. So subscribe, click on the bell next to it, and click on all, not personalized. I've received comments from a lot of you saying that you're not getting notified by YouTube even when you click the bell. We do have our daily programs, so you might have to manually check the channel, because somehow YouTube are not recommending our videos to everyone, including the subscribers themselves. So that's a whole different problem that we're currently facing, but that happens. As YouTube have said recently, they are no longer prioritizing political channels on videos when it comes to recommendations, but that's, it is what it is. We have a £5 PayPal donation from Justin George. Thank you so much, Justin. Justin says, hello Maya, could I please ask how AstraZeneca feel about the EU banning their exports, and what does this say to the world trade, the world trade dealing with companies in the EU? Well, this is the thing. So they were telling us, the Remainers or rejoiners, that Brexit will mean that a lot of companies will no longer have faith or trust in the UK as a base, as a trade base. Well, that's clearly not the case. This is going to completely destroy the European Union's reputation. Unfortunately, there will be big corporations who will still trade with the EU 27 because there's still money in it. But it's not going to be the same. A lot of these contracts, multinational contracts that's going to be signed in the future, they're going to overthink everything in terms of the details. They can't trust the EU. You cannot trust the European Union with trade. They don't believe in free trade or free markets. They're corporatists, so they don't even believe in capitalism. They're corporatists. And when it comes to trade, they're protectionists. They don't believe in free trade. Right, I missed a couple of super chats. Wow. Simon, £5 from Simon. Thank you, Simon. It says, I laugh as much as I did when Jo Swinson lost her seat. If Queen Nicola loses hers. Yeah, that was actually quite funny when Jo Swinson, the future Prime Minister of the Liberal Democrats, lost their seat. Future Prime Minister. That was funny. But let's just be happy that Mark Drakeford might be losing his seat, and people in Wales could still have a slightly better leader, even if it's still going to be Labour. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, I don't really trust any of the establishment parties, but at least you're going to have slightly better versions of Mark Drakeford. Scott has given us a £5 super chat. Thank you so much, Scott. He says, put tariffs on German cars. I think we are going to be seeing the battle of tariffs. The one thing that the European Union were trying to avoid by signing this trade deal. And I think with everything happening, considering this export ban almost happened about a month ago, and the EU came out and said, oh, we apologize. We didn't actually mean to do it. We're not going to impose a hard border in Ireland. It's happening again. So if it's going to continue, clearly these people had meetings and they decided, well, let's just do it anyway. Things are going to escalate. And I'm really glad that we have Lord Frost right now in charge of this in Boris Johnson's cabinet, because there are some figures in the Boris Johnson cabinet who are weak and feeble. So we need some stronger characters to push for this and defend the interests of the UK. Christine is back with £5 super chat saying, good job, we have this channel. Well, great job that I have you guys as subscribers and viewers, because of course I'm here to try and my best to give you guys the daily updates and try to be objective and tell you the facts. But I can't do it without you guys being here, watching the videos, obviously supporting us through donations, but also membership. If you're not a member, become a member. You get a lot of things, especially if you're a new subscriber to this channel. We have the membership where you guys get weekly Q&As. Your members could send us questions. I'll answer them on Mondays. We also have regular video calls with me and Lacey. Some of you have been asking where Lacey is. Lacey is just in the middle of moving home, so she'll be back in the next, I believe, Saturday live stream. She'll be back on screen with me, talking to you guys directly. But yeah, members also get a newsletter, a weekly newsletter that's just been published, and we sent out the first copy Sunday, a couple of days ago, and I'm sure that, I hope you have all received it. If you signed up, you need to sign up, even if you're a member, because we don't have access to your email or data. It's all with YouTube. There's a link that I posted on the community tab on the channel, also on Discord, the members only channel on Discord. The link to the newsletter is there. It's free to sign up if you're a member, and then you get on Sunday newsletters. Some of you have asked, who are members, that how can you get access to the members group chat or channel on Discord. You actually have to go to the bottom left of the screen, click on settings, user settings next to your name, and click on connections, and then you see the option YouTube. You have to link your YouTube, you have to sign into YouTube through Discord. I hope you get it. I might just mention it properly in the next video, kind of give you a tutorial again on how to do that. But let's go back to the video, because we have a lot of comments. Yes, Darius says, good luck with the move, Lacey. We have Marvin saying Trump for First Minister. Well, to clarify, Trump for First Minister of Wales or Scotland? Because it's a whole different, like, there are two different options. And Trump has, why Trump? So Tom Brody says, Maya, I love the first edition of the newsletter. Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much for enjoying it. These newsletters are going to be regular and exclusive. The last one we had a few guest contributors, special guests. We had former Brexit Party MEP Alex Phillips. We also had Talk Radio's Emma Webb, and also Conservative Home's Henry Hill. So next time we're going to have more guests as well, and obviously I'm going to be writing it myself, and Lacey as well. So definitely become a member, sign up to the newsletter. Peter says, I love this channel, great content, and we get the truth. Thank you so much. This is the best channel because we have the best subscribers. Let's go back. Let's see if you guys have anything to ask regarding either the SNP or the Welsh Labour Party or the migrant crisis or anything else. You could also ask any random question at this point of the live stream, because we've just reported the headlines. For those of you who just joined and missed the beginning of the video, I'm just going to go over it quickly. The European Union is in crisis again because the Austrian government have come out to beg for more vaccines, even though they didn't order enough at the beginning of the year. The European Commission have come out to slam Austria, one of their own member states, saying that they're not going to be getting even one additional jab. We're going to give it to certain other countries like Estonia, Latvia, and Bulgaria. So this is completely dividing the European Union. And on the other hand, this battle between the UK and the EU is escalating because the European Union officials somehow feel that the UK will not retaliate. Well, that's with the export ban. If you ban exports to the UK, do you really think that Boris Johnson and David Frost are just going to sit there? Boris has his own faults on a number of fronts. Not here, not when it comes to the European Union. The UK has already said that if the EU ban exports, then we're just going to ban our own vaccines to not be sent to the European Union. So that's basically the update that you guys missed if you joined late. Next time, don't be late. Right. We have Wolfler saying, love that name. Maya, what is your perspective within the military reform proposed by the Defense Secretary? Oh, I have mixed feelings. There are going to be some changes when it comes to the MOD and the UK defense. Certain investment is coming in. They're prioritizing different areas as opposed to traditional army and manpower. I get that the world is changing and you definitely need to invest more into certain other areas, especially cyber and financial. But the problem is, whilst it's highly unlikely that we're going to have traditional battles like in the 30s or 1914, you still need to be ready because certain other rivals and enemies are still traditional. So yeah, I got mixed feelings. Some of the investment is good, some of it is just like absolutely ridiculous. Moonswan said, Maya, you finally answered it. What did I miss before that I didn't answer? Just for the record, also, the moderators have this group chat with me. So if I miss something, moderators, feel free to just copy and paste the questions on that so I could actually answer. So many comments here, guys. So many comments. We've got 1,920 likes right now, even though we have over 2,000 people watching. So all you have to do click on the thumbs up button. It helps the channel and the video. Let's go to Quality Time, who says, if Scotland goes independent, I will claim political asylum in England. I think that's not going to happen. I believe that, I think the referendum is likely, if not yet, at some point, because the pressure is there. But I still believe that when the debate opens up, like in 2014, the people in Scotland are going to reject separatism. I do believe that. Not just generally, not just because, oh no, we just trust people that they're going to vote no. No, it's because of the recent crises that we had from Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP establishment. They are really, really helping the unionists. So keep it up, Nicola Sturgeon. Keep her in power. She's doing a great job. And we have a lot of comments about, let's go back down. I'm slightly further out. Jam says, YouTube are slow with notifications today. Yeah, I've heard some people have said they're just not getting notified even when they press the bell. But again, you might have to manually check your channel every day if you want to stay up to date with everything. But definitely make sure you are subscribed. Because Andre Walker, who has a channel, has also said that some of his subscribers have been unsubscribed, like here. So just make sure that you subscribe and click on the bell. Paul Kelly is back with another £5 super chat. Paul, thank you. It says, do you think that Viber will ask for a referendum on joining CANZUK, the Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK agreement? CANZUK is going to be fascinating, actually. CANZUK, I've mentioned this a lot on this channel. A lot of people think that it's just a trade zone. It's much more than that. There is going to be some sort of problems when it comes to reaching this agreement, because the government in New Zealand are becoming protectionist again, and also it's led by a socialist. So what do you expect? There are also certain links between the New Zealand government and the Chinese Communist Party. So we're going to have some problems. It's because CANZUK also includes a cooperation on defense and international affairs. Yeah, I'm not really sure I trust the Kiwi government at this point. So, but we'll have to wait because Liz Truss is currently working really hard as trade minister to achieve this. John Morgan, a super chat, £5 from John. Thank you so much for the support. He says, it's time to stop paying the European Union. Plenty of people to trade with in the world. What are your thoughts on China? Well, this is actually an interesting one, because George Osborne is clearly desperate. He's been going around again this week, begging the Western governments to be friendly with China. Things have changed now. While China is becoming a superpower economically, it's no longer just China. We have India right next door, and we have other countries, big populations, and also trade opportunities. If the UK secures trade deals with the US, which is going to be tough, especially with Joe Biden, with Canada, of course, that's coming, and even India, we don't need the EU or even China. I believe we have to make a strong move against the Chinese government. We definitely have to defund China, basically. I'm not really into befriending the Chinese Communist Party, so definitely not doing that. And Tom Brody says, what did you make of the chaos in Bristol earlier this week? Yeah, as I mentioned the other night when I made a program on the Bristol incident, it's not a surprise. For those of you who know, Bristol was taken over by the Marxists and the hard left the other night for a few hours. Why do you think it happened? Because last year in the summer, the police in Bristol allowed statues to come down. They didn't do anything about it. They actually endorsed it, saying, we understand why the statues have to come down. We had them. We had Labour MPs supporting that movement. You had the mainstream media not doing anything about it. There's no surprise that the other day we had that incident in Bristol where anarchy happened and the police were completely out of control. So these are my thoughts. It's the fault of the establishment that Bristol happened. These middle-class spoiled kids with their avocados running around the streets of Bristol, they're always ready to do that. And all you have to do is just call their mums and tell them to ground them. But the police are not doing that right now. Priti Patel needs to step up, really. Right. Anna says China are not our friends. I agree, Anna. Absolutely. And yes, Stephen says, why is New Zealand still in the Five Eyes when it is so close to China? Well, you got Five Eyes as an agreement where the big countries are getting together to supervise the world, the police the world, to defend the interests of the Western civilization. In fact, a few months ago, New Zealand themselves withdrew their own support from the Five Eyes when it came to criticizing China. When Australia and the UK, part of the Five Eyes, were ready to defend themselves against the Chinese Communist Party, New Zealand didn't join. Of course, it's because they are close to the Chinese government. So do not rely on New Zealand at this point until their Prime Minister goes. Even then, the Labour Party might still come back. So lost cause for now. Right. We have Libas saying Bristol is the UK's version of Portland. Well, someone's been watching my videos because that's what I said. Definitely, I mean, but just a very, very caricature version, a mini version, because the hard left in the UK are still not as hardcore as the far left in the US. So in the US, they've been trained for decades to be anarchists. In this country, the far left, apart from obviously a few really, really radical ones, the rest of them are just like spoiled middle class kids who lost their Xboxes and they got nothing else to do. And all they have to do is just wait for them to stop paying taxes. And then some of them who don't really get a real job turn into Jeremy Corbyn, and they just live on state benefits for the rest of their lives, taxpayers' money. And yes, Meister Eon says these are the same people who hijacked the vigil in London. Yes, in Clapham Common. As I said that night, whilst I criticised the police for being too robust with the peaceful people who were there, but there were also people who attended just to cause trouble. They wanted to provoke the police, and they did it, and the police fell for it. And it is the fault of the police at the end of the day, because they should be trained for these sort of incidents. Of course, you're going to have some weird rebellious kids attending, whether it's the BLM lot or the others or the Extinction Rebellion, to do this. Just be ready and don't fall for it. Again, this is terrible, terrible PR for the police. So this is a whole different problem. Both sides are at fault. Mitz has given us a £10 super chat. Thank you so much for everyone, by the way, for supporting us tonight. All the donations coming in from PayPal and super chat. There's a few. I'm going to get to them quickly. So don't worry, guys. I'm coming to you. So £10 from Mitz saying, why are we still sending money to the EU? Why are we not deporting illegal migrants? These are two of the main reasons why we voted leave. Yes. Why are politicians not doing their job? I'm asking this every day when I wake up, before I eat breakfast. It's absolutely nonsensical. You have the European Union doing whatever they want. The UK agreed to this deal with the EU. Nothing's been done about it. The Principe agreement with the French authorities, nothing's been done about it, and we're still sending them money. Stop it. NN has given us a super chat, £5. Thank you. She says they are speaking on the 29th of March about extending a broad travel ban until the end of June. Any thoughts? Well, I mean, I'll get to that in a second, because we just also received £5 super chat from Neil Butler. Thank you again, Neil. Well, to answer that question, is because this whole situation with the lockdown and the policies that are coming regarding the lockdown and the whole thing has clearly become political, up to a point where the government, especially the UK government, for example, are under a lot of pressure from the media. So whilst they promised us that if all the over 70s and vulnerable people take the jab, then we're free. They also came out, Chris Whitty said, even if there's going to be the third wave coming from Europe, it doesn't matter, because everyone's going to be vaccinated here. Everyone's safe. Now they're talking about banning travel to Europe. Pick a side. My issue is not that I'm going to be pretending to be a medical expert or scientific expert. I'm not going to do that. All I'm saying is that there should be some sort of consistency from the government and SAGE. On the one hand, you say vaccinations, if you do it just for over 70s and vulnerable, we're safe. They move the goalposts, saying now everyone has to be, or the majority of adults. So that's going to happen by June. The majority of adults by June. And they said that Chris Whitty said himself, if that happens, then third wave, new variants, not going to affect it. Yet they're saying that we're going to ban travel to Europe and from Europe. If you do it now, I get it, because or a few months ago, definitely I fully understand why you want to ban travel or close the borders. On the other hand, they're extending the emergency powers, the lockdown powers, until September, extending furlough until September. What is the plan? They need to be more transparent about their plans, because we have absolutely no idea who's making these decisions, because Boris Johnson and Matt Hancock are just listening to the one side of the scientists, because, again, SAGE are refusing to listen to any alternative voice when it comes to medical matters. £5 PayPal donation from Fred Morton. Thank you so much, Fred, for your support. As I've said before, when you use PayPal or Super Chat, there's a comment box. You could leave a comment or question, so feel free to do that. Are there any random questions? Something that I haven't mentioned tonight? Maybe something personal. You want to get to know me. If you're a new subscriber and you don't know who I am, ask me anything you want. Not anything. But I mean, you can ask anything. I'll just, be selective with the questions. Let's see. I'm going to wait for those questions to come in because it's obviously a 20 seconds delay between what I say and what the comments say. And some people are talking about, well, Steve says that we should pull our army and air bases out of the EU. Actually, in fact, we shouldn't, because regardless of the fact that whether they're allies or not, we still need our bases across the world to defend Britain. And Tim says, when I joined the army in 1974, they stood at 160,000. I left in 2018, and it was under 80,000. They are expected to do more with less outrage. Yeah, with less outrageous. Yeah, definitely. I mean, as I said earlier, with these reforms for defense, I fully understand that you have to prioritize the new areas, cyber and finance, but don't completely cut manpower. It's an absolutely idiotic idea. It's like people never learn about history. Do not bring your guard down. Things happen. You never know. So this is stupid. Like the defense in this country is going down. We already made cuts to the police 10 years ago, and it's still happening. There are a lot of issues. Well, they're cutting the front line in the police, and then they're adding more desk jobs to tell us what we can tweet online. So, okay, we have some personal questions coming in, but I'm going to prepare myself. £5 super chat from James Bull. James is back. Oh, welcome back to the live stream, James. And thanks for your donation. All right, let's get to the personal questions. Oh my God, this is going to be fun. Well, Steven says, how are you coping? Is that to me or someone else? Because I'm coping well, baby. I'm coping well. We're doing really well on this channel, just about. Lockdown is getting to me, but it's okay. And Jam says, are you going to be Lawrence Fox's deputy mayor when he wins? Well, good news. We have Lawrence Fox coming on this channel. I think it should be this week. So Lawrence is coming on the show as a guest to talk about his London mayoral campaign. You could ask him then, maybe. I'm not going to be his deputy now. Aiden says, who are you? Who are you? I've never heard of you. Nobody in Europe has ever heard of me either. I'm Tousi. I'm a classical liberal conservative YouTuber. I don't know how to answer that. I'll check the Wikipedia page, I guess. And Christine says, do you miss your dad? Yeah, for those of you who don't know, as I said, my parents' background is Persian. So my mother is here. She came here as a political refugee years ago. But my dad is actually still stuck in Iran. He's not allowed to leave, and I'm not allowed to go. I'm banned from going to Iran. I've been cancelled by Iran because clearly I'm a spy. That's what they think. And my dad is stuck. He's not allowed to leave either. So yeah, I haven't seen him in years. Of course, I miss him. Okay, I'm going to go back to the personal questions, but we've got a couple of new donations on PayPal. We have Sam Coleman donating. Also, thank you so much, Sam, for the support. Sam says, any thoughts on the plans for mandatory vaccines for NHS staff? Surely this comes for us all eventually. Is this not a breach of the Nuremberg Code? Well, yeah, I mean, the care homes are now mandatory, and the NHS, I've spoken to a few paramedics and a couple of NHS officials and professionals who don't actually like the vaccine. So it's kind of ironic working for the NHS and they're being skeptical. So if they're forced to take it, then that would be a whole different debate. I think some might kick off. Considering some can't take it, if you have certain allergies or illnesses, not everybody can take it. So if they respect the exemptions, fine. But mandatory, it's going to be quite tricky. I know this the opinion is divided right now on the channel as well. Some people just say you have to just do mandatory for everyone. Some people say just leave my body alone. So I get it. So what do you guys think? I'm going to go back to some personal questions. Robin says, how tall are you? I believe I'm 5.57, 5'8", 5'7", yeah. I'm not just about. Not that huge. I'm taller than Rishi Sunak, if that matters. Nisha says, where is the first country that you will visit after the lockdown? Well, I already have plans to go to Greece if they let us. Well, Turkey have already said that you don't need to have the jab to enter. So hopefully Greece will be the same. We'll see. We don't know again, but government measures could change. But right now, I think it's to the end of June, but they could change. All right, let's go to some more questions. I believe I missed the question. MOONSWAN is talking to Trevor, saying, "I had one for you." Reposted it twice. Okay, moderators, if I'm missing an important question, post it, copy and paste it on our Discord moderators only channel. That's the best way I can actually check if I miss anything important, guys. John says, when is Nigel Farage coming on your show? Soon, very soon. I'll give you guys an update in the next couple of days. Just stay tuned, and I'll confirm that. All right, let's see. We have. Did I see that, James? Yes, James, £5 super chat again. Thank you, James. Okay, I think the personal questions are over. I'm scrolling back down. There's okay, going back there, people are talking about the lockdown. I believe Trevor is trying to ask a question. As I said, guys, just copy and paste it on the Discord members moderators only chat. All right, cool. Let's go back to the live chat. Another £5 super chat from Actual Interview, saying, who do you support or think will win the London mayoral election? Well, I think that Sadiq is going to win. Looking at the opinion polls, it's not even close. But I'm not sure, because you obviously you have the Conservative candidate, Sean Bailey. That campaign is not doing well. And then you got some rebellious candidates running, like Lawrence Fox and a few others. At this point, I'm just going to stay out of it, see how the campaigns go, and just report the news rather than endorse anyone. So that's probably the easiest thing to do, and be objective. Okay. There we go. Okay, we have a couple of questions they just posted. Trevor said, Liz Truss has been quietly getting on with the trade deals globally, but we hardly see any mention of it in the mainstream media. What's your view on other countries, India, Mexico, Japan? Well, that's definitely a good question, but you're not going to hear any of this in the mainstream media. They don't like good news. They don't like to report on good news. They like tragedy. So Liz Truss is doing a great job. She's my favorite cabinet minister, as most of you know. But no praise, nothing, absolutely nothing in the mainstream media. Unless you check Twitter or this channel, you're not going to know about all these trade deals that are being signed by Liz. Okay, let's go back to this. I think I missed another one. Will, who has been a member for 6 months, I think over 6 months now, yep, says there should be cracked down hard on these far left protests, or will it make it worse? It depends how we're going to go hard on them, because if they are on the street causing trouble, you have to go extra hard. This double standard of policing doesn't work anymore, because the police go after the peaceful marchers just because they're protesting something that the state doesn't like lockdown. And then they just stand by and just look when the far left are just going around burning things. Definitely be hard on that, but there should be, I was going to say prevention. It's not necessarily prevention, but it's trying to tackle the threat that we are having from the far left by addressing it on university campuses, media outlets, and the political class, because they are infiltrating every area of the Western life. James Ball is back with another £5 super chat. Thank you so much. James says, random question, but when are you going to have a shave? Whoa. It's just, people like it. I might do just an opinion poll, live poll on Discord after this. So if you're on Discord, go on the main channel on Discord, and I'll do a poll. And you'll be proven wrong, James. People like this. Let's see. We have, okay, so I've missed another question from Wolfler saying, oh no, that's the one I answered about Wales. Perfect, got it. Fun Game says, Maya, are the EU citizens coming in after the 31st allowed to still take jobs until the 30th of June, or am I reading this wrong? There's been the grace period for the EU citizens, especially the ones that are going through their process, or they were going through the application. There was a grace period, but the law, this new point-based system, is now in place officially. So it applies to EU migrants as well as non-EU migrants. It doesn't apply to the illegal migrants who come on the dinghies, though. So if you want to avoid the point-based system, Just get on a dinghy from France. Easier. um, okay, there's now a debate about my beard. Great, perfect. Nope. You see, there we go. We got Miss Jenks saying, nope, keep the beard. Perfect. See, we are debating the hard topics on this channel. Phil says keep the stubble. Perfect. See, if you guys go on social media, look at some of my old photos without the beard, you'll know it's ridiculous. I have to keep it. Okay, now any other question that's not about my hair or beard before we wrap up, because we've covered all the main areas. I'm gonna have some updates for you guys tomorrow on 2 issues. One is the SMP and also the migrant crisis, because we are getting more info on that tonight. Harry says, what do you think of Nicola Sturgeon being cleared of breaking the ministerial code? Yeah, as I said in the program that I made, I think yesterday or a couple of days ago on this, there have been 2 separate issues. One is Nicola Sturgeon, whether she has broken the ministerial code or whether she misled Parliament. So it's been confirmed that she has misled the Scottish Parliament, but she's been cleared when it comes to breaching the ministerial code by a so-called independent investigator who happens to be a former SNP member and advisor. So it's very, very independent, appointed by the SNP establishment to make that judgment. So what we're going to have is, as I said, tomorrow I'm going to give you more updates, but there's going to be a judge-led inquiry, hopefully. There's now a push for that. So they're going to get the courts involved and judges. That's an actual legal one rather than just like a generic political one. That's going to be problematic for Nicola Sturgeon. Although knowing Nicola, she's got about 8 lives, so she might just survive. But we'll see. Mad Cow says, "What is your favorite brand of tea?" I'm not a tea drinker, but I know, because I know a lot of subscribers are from the north, so I'm gonna have to say Yorkshire tea. But yeah, I drink coffee and smoothies. Yeah, if smoothies counts, but yeah, some people say it's a very London thing. Of course, you drink smoothies. Darius is shouting at me saying, "Look at my comment above." Let me see what you said. I can't see it. You might have to post it on the moderators. Oh, there we go. Is that it? One? I think I found it. What can we do about the removal of statues in London if Sadiq Khan wins? Well, if we go with what the government promised us, and Robert Jenrick and other ministers, they are going to make it illegal for the lefties to randomly bring down statues. They need justification and going through the actual process, democratic process locally. So if that happens, then Sadiq Khan and his left-wing committee that he's created to bring down statues, he won't be able to do it. And I think it's just doing it for the election anyway, to get all the left-wing votes. James Ball is back with another super chat, £5. Thanks, James. You've been absolutely amazing tonight. He says, "I like it, and I must say it does suit you. And I'm only jealous because I can't grow one." Oh, he's talking about the beard. I thought he was talking about Sadiq Khan. No, yes, thank you so much for that comment. What do we have here? Oh yeah, Quality Time says, "Will you get together with Alex Belfield, do a morning show?" Well, that means I have to wake up early, I guess. But I have been in touch with Alex Belfield to invite him to come on the channel to talk about his troubles. So I will let you guys know what happens there. We get to kind of see what's been happening. For those of you who know, if you follow Alex Belfield, he has a YouTube channel and he's had some issues with the BBC establishment. And then it's back with another £2 super chat. Thank you. They're saying, "What's your favorite biscuits?" Oreo. That's easy. Definitely Oreo. So that's that one. John says, £5 super chat from John. Thank you, John Morgan. "Protests are peaceful. Once they become violent, it's called a riot. Keep up the good work and the beard." Yeah, definitely. I mean, when it comes to the policing, someone asked, how should we tackle the far left? Well, if they're protesting, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I don't care what they're saying, as long as they're not inciting violence. Or when they get physical, then definitely get physical. On the one hand, sometimes the British police are so soft compared to the others, and sometimes they go completely CCP, like when they're dealing with certain protesters. So just have some sort of consistency. And I have no idea what the policy is right now when it comes to the Met, because the commissioner is just all over the place right now, and Priti Patel obviously doesn't have direct say when it comes to operations. Well, she gets all the blame because she's the elected politician, but don't forget, you got the commissioners involved as well. So, like for example, Sadiq Khan is the head of the police in London. People should also criticize him. Steve says, we are watching you on our TV. I am messaging on my tablet. Thank you for watching me on your TV, guys. Ah, there we go. So there are a lot of supportive comments in favor of Yorkshire tea. Oh, dear God. And Lacey Butcher has said, Maya, that is treason. Twinings is the only tea. Okay, well, I mean, why are we talking about tea right now, guys? Why are we talking about tea? Let's see if you guys have any favorite coffee brands. There we go. Anna says I don't drink tea either. Why? Okay, let's move on from the tea issue. We have another PayPal. Let's go to the PayPal, guys. We have £5 from Sylvia. Thank you so much, Sylvia. She says, what do you think about the European Union? Will we have enough vacancies for vaccines for the second jabs? It's bad. Yeah, for the second jab generally. Yeah, are we gonna have enough basically? Oh yeah, definitely. The UK government over-ordered their stock, so we'll be fine, and the European Union will have their own problems. As I said last week, while we are not celebrating, we're making fun of the European Commission for messing up their contracts. It's not really good for us to celebrate because whilst Europe is still in this mess, it affects us. So. It is a big problem. If you want life to go back to normal on every front, you're going to need the European Union to sort out the mess in Europe. Okay. Mikey says, do you like theme parks or theaters? I like both, but probably theaters more. I had a bad experience in a Thorpe Park, one of the theme parks in the south. And yeah, I'm slightly scared of certain roller coasters, not all of them, but certain roller coasters. Very brave, guys. I'm very brave. Yes, Sigorilla says, yeah, right. I've seen the Iranian police in action. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, if you want to see robust policing, go to Iran. Yeah, they don't joke around with the peaceful protesters. They don't really care. We have GDW says, go back to Iran. As I said earlier, guys, I'm cancelled by Iran. I'm banned from entering Iran. So all the lefties in the comment trying to tell me to go back to Iran, unfortunately, I can't. Although, not unfortunately, I don't really want to go back anyway. So it's a bit of a mess in that situation. So, but thanks for that comment and suggestion. What do we have? Okay, let's go back. Before we wrap up, I'm going to see if there are any other questions. We have 2,594 likes. So let's see if we could get to close to 3,000. So click on the thumbs up button if you're still watching and if you like it. Oh, this is good. GGW is back saying, do you have a job? Are you still paid by Russia? When was I ever paid by Russia? Yeah, my job is to run an alternative media channel for the people who don't think I'm funded by Russia. Of all governments, considering this channel destroys the Russian governments all the time, why should Russia fund me? Unless that's a double bluff coming from me, maybe. But yeah, funded by Russia. Brilliant. All right, guys. I hope that you had an amazing evening watching this and talking about my beard and tea and everything else. I might let you guys go. Tomorrow, as I said, it's going to be a big day on this channel. Just a quick reminder, I'm going to go on my usual rant. Don't forget, firstly, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell if you come. There we go. It's here on the screen. Click on the bell next to it and click on all, not subscribe, not personalized. That's the best way to stay up to date with the videos. It also helps the channel to grow as well. And also, if you're new as a subscriber, if you want to get more out of this channel, definitely become a member. Especially those of you who've been supporting us through PayPal donations and super chats tonight. And if you're not a member, only £5, you could actually get access to weekly Q&As, video calls, regular video calls with me and Lacey, free newsletters every Sunday, free access to events post-lockdown, and discounted merchandise. On that note, actually, before you guys go, if you haven't seen my biggest announcement, until the 12th of April, when pubs reopen, you guys get a discount code for our merchandise. Thank you 15 is a discount code. The link is in the description. You could get 15% off of all our merchandise, including I Believe in Britain and also We Are the Media. So definitely check out the link in the description when I finish my program right now. So in the next 2 minutes, check it out. If you're a member of the channel, You guys have been amazing, so you guys get 25% discount. The code, I'm going to post it again, but it's already on the community tab on YouTube. So go on the main page on YouTube, and the tabs on the top of the screen, click on community. All the posts for the members happen there. So if you're a member, you have no idea how we're going to give you all the updates. We usually use the community tab. Also, if you're on Discord, the members only group chat or channel on Discord. So join Discord and get access to the members only channel. But then, yeah, the rest of you, definitely check out the merchandise link and use the discount code thank you 15. Perfect. Okay, before I go, one more super chat, £5 from DEKONG, which is the same price as our membership, by the way, £5. We are cheaper than Netflix and the BBC. DEKONG says, do you have a significant other? Yes, my YouTube channel and you guys. So, well, that was a cheesy answer. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely fine right now. And okay, so Oswald says, can we get Ben Shapiro on your show? I could definitely try. Slightly difficult. He's getting very, very busy with his new operation. He's creating an alternative Netflix on Daily Wire. Amazing team that they have on Daily Wire. And we had Candace Owens recently joining Ben Shapiro's team as well. So brilliant. Okay, so as Darius says, like the video, we have 2,756 thumbs ups. So do it right now. Thanks again for watching. I'm MADCOCULT, and I'll see you guys in the next video.